It's time to tune in and turn up on the Ivy Rivera Show.
If you're not listening to this, what are you doing? What? If you're not listening to okay?
Yes, y'all. Y'all already know what time it is. It is 7 o'clock in your drop top, listening to me. It's Young Bodie in the building. I have JayZ East. Everybody, JayZ East is in the building, aka Jaded Pinkett Smith, aka Jade. What's up?
Hey,
how you
girl,
doing?
How are you?
I'm good. Now, if you're wondering why I called her JayZ East, is because I don't think it's a secret that she has this fascination for Dave East, right? So it's only right to name you
I'm not even
after things that you are inspired by, right? JayZ East, it sounds nice.
I like it.
Right?
I like it. I'm gonna run with it.
Cool.
You know,
cool,
I'm gonna let him know when I meet him. So.
Right, and across from me, to my right, actually, I don't even want to say. I need to tell a little story. Okay, so once upon a time, my boy Emilio, shout out to my boy Emilio, because he was really dogging me about shouting him out, because he was the one who kind of woke me up to the existence of this person who's across from me, right? I had such a fascination and respect for his father, Big Pun, and he's like, yo, have you listened to Chris Rivers music? And I'm like, no, I should probably check it out, right? And I did, and I was just like, whoa, like this guy is something else, right? And then I've been trying to find my place in the universe to come across his path and make sure that we got acquainted. And little to my knowledge, I was gonna meet him at Pewterpalooza. Yeah. And we clicked instantly. I guess it's the hair type. I'm not sure. You know, maybe it's the blood type, because we might low-key be family. But,
let's not dig.
Yeah, we're going to keep that in the clouds, right? But across from me is the man, the myth, the dragon, Mr. Chris Rivers.
Roar. Yes,
roar.
I'm here.
Hear me roar. The honor it is to have you is, I'm so excited. I feel like I can't even host my show right now.
The honor of that intro was just amazing. I was over here like, wow, I hope she's talking about me, because that would be crazy.
I mean, who else would I be talking about, right?
I was looking to my left. You made me sound mad cool. I was like, oh.
Kobe? Is it you?
24 strong.
Oh my God. So we are here. We are definitely hair twinning. You know what I'm saying? We got the curls on deck.
Word.
You know, he's usually with the braids.
I half and half it.
You
iced
switch
tea,
it
lemonade. Yeah. This is the no one was around to braid my hair look. So. And as I increase in busyness and don't respond to text messages, there's less people who's willing to braid my hair.
It's a good type of hair to have.
I don't mind it. Yeah. I actually love it. This is how I used to wear my hair all the time in high school, but I stopped because everybody wanted to go walks up to me and touches my hair, and I think
story of my life.
I think that's so so wrong.
Yeah. People pet me all the time. Yeah. Especially because they're so fascinated that this is actually mine.
Right. And not a horse's or something like that. Yeah. It's genuinely real. No, I'm saying, because not a lot of girls ain't walking around with dope hair. And you got it. It's a compliment.
Well,
take it.
Thanks. I'll take it.
You're welcome.
But we out here. We're living great. We survived another week in the jungle.
And an eclipse. Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
We did.
Yes.
And I can say that the eclipse actually did something for me. I don't know if it did something for y'all.
Cataracts?
No, I mean, that's the story of Joey Badass, but supposedly, allegedly, but we'll get into that later. But I was on the beach in Montauk, and the eclipse happened.
Yeah.
I literally saw the sky go dark. It was kind of scary.
Yeah.
It got cold. I was like, maybe I gotta leave. But I guess it was a awakening for me, because on the ride back to New York, I started to think about a lot. And I always try to make sure that I am balanced as far as recognizing and embracing things around me and not missing things that I shouldn't be missing out on. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the people in my life and everything else. So
that's gotta be the best note I've ever seen in my life.
That was so cool. But it made me realize something, because as I was driving, I looked at all of these beautiful pieces of property, and I guess stemming from the influence behind 444, how JayZ was kind of like dropping gems on how important it is to kind of like flip your money and save your money and invest instead of like spending at strip clubs and unnecessary things.
Right.
I'm like, I feel that a lot of people in our age group don't know the importance of saving money.
Oh yeah, no, we never learned.
Yeah,
that's they don't teach. They should have a class in school about that.
About saving money.
I know the Pythagorean theorem, but I don't know how to invest.
Right.
So yeah.
And the thing is that as easy and hard as it is to save, living in New York, I don't think that is much of an option for people like us. You know what I'm saying? Because it's either you're saving your money or you're starving. You know, like you gotta pick. And honestly, I want to eat. Like, so the saving kind of goes to the back door, and that's fucked up, because it's one day I want to be able to own property and you know, go away from this earth knowing that I left something, you know, and not having the family I create start from scraps again. You know what I'm saying?
You build a legacy. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
But that's a story for another day.
That's dope. That's dope though. I agree with that, because a lot of people don't really know what to do with their money and learn finances, and they get kind of infatuated with living in New York. But you know, sometimes the move is better, like to save up. You know what I'm saying? Come back, get it right. But anyway, the next eclipse is like in I think 7 years, so I'm having an eclipse party, and you're invited. So
thanks.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm totally gonna be there.
Yeah, definitely.
But I want to get into what's been going on in the past week. You know, JayZ actually, speaking of him, he made an appearance on Rap Radar. Shout out to the boy Elliot Wilson and B Dot. And he was just talking about the influence behind 444, and I think it was a very insightful interview. If you haven't watched it, I encourage you to do so. Needless to say, that was probably one of the most inspiring albums of the year outside of Damn.
Yeah. I would
outside of Damn,
I would say, that was a good honorable mention, real quick. Yeah,
yes,
definitely.
And I mentioned that because I know that is one of your biggest inspirations.
I love
creating DeLorean.
Facts. Yeah.
And that's an album that I can't stop listening to today. Like, I willingly play Damn.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
Yeah, me too.
It's an awesome fucking album.
Yeah.
Shout out to the boy Kendrick.
Yeah, big time. He didn't compromise anything. Like, he found that perfect balance between like lit and prolific. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and enlightened. Like, lit and enlightened. He found that right in the center, and he killed it.
Yeah, and I think that in hip hop, it's kind of hard to embrace change in people. You know, like, hip hop is, I feel like it's becoming more of a thing of awareness versus fun. There's a balance, but now I feel like the real heavy hitters are evolving into something where they're trying to be true leaders versus just in this game trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Even though there is a nice percentage of people who just, you know, be out here for the bounce.
Right.
Yeah.
But
right. Well, you have your select few really standing up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Really trying to make a difference.
Yeah, I love where hip-hop is going. You know what I'm saying? It's clearly the most searched genre of all genres.
Oh, yeah.
So that is already a milestone for the genre itself. So to see where it's going and how it can elevate excites me, you know, especially to be a part of the culture.
Facts.
Yeah.
You know, so it's really cool. And having you here, I know that it must be a lot of pressure being you.
I mean, it used to. It used to be. Yeah, it used to be.
Because I know I want to talk about fuck all this other shit. I don't get into you because I have so much to ask.
Pause,
honestly,
but yeah, definitely.
Stop. Stop. This is what we're not doing. So, when your dad passed, you were too young to really like.
I like that the music got mad like mellow.
Right?
You say,
Right on cue.
Right on cue.
When your dad passed,
And it's like the piano's like.
yeah, facts.
Stop, man! I'm trying to be serious.
Okay. Get it. Come on.
So
I'll put serious
when
face.
you were too young to really embrace like the passing of your father, or learning how impactful he was to hip hop.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you had to like relearn the legacy that he left.
Yeah.
And
I didn't realize how big he was really until his funeral. Like, he passed when I was 6. And prior to that, I understood that, like, yeah, my dad's a rapper. But, like, when you're that age, you don't have anything to compare your life to opposed to your own, life. So I didn't know the differences. So, like, and I didn't go to any of his shows and stuff like that because he was, like, a gangster. And I'm 6. So, so, like, stuff like that. But I didn't realize how much of an impact he had to his funeral because it was at Ortiz Funeral Home in Castle Hill in the Bronx.
Okay.
And it was a few days. The wake was like multiple days, and each day it was thousands and thousands of people. Like, I mean, the blocks was like flooded. Like, there was a parade there, and like people that never met him before in his life was dropping down to their knees and ripping their shirts off and screaming in front of his casket. Like,
oh my gosh.
And I'm just like, and as a 6-year-old, like, analyzing the situation, I'm like, wow, like these are strangers that love. And throughout the course of my life, I got little things like I'll be on the bus and I'll see like this is like 5-6 years after he passed, and I see somebody with a tattoo of him on their body. And it's like, you never met the man, but through his music, you decided to immortalize him on your body. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know how impactful that is? You know what I'm saying? So, like, I gradually learned how big, and as I learned more about life, I realized how magnificent he was on the planet Earth.
Yeah,
definitely.
So, what kind of pressure was it to kind of, I would say, like, live up to his legacy? People had such an expectation.
No,
you know what I'm
definitely.
saying? When you are the son of a legend, how are you going to carry his legacy?
Right. I definitely felt that pressure, like, intensely, especially in the beginning. Like, and you could hear it in the music too. Like, I was very like,
trying
I need to prove
embody
that I can rap. Like, I need to prove to you guys that I could really, really do this. And that's why I was more like, I would say like lyrically aggressive and stuff like that. But I started really rapping right out of high school. I was 17. So like that's some real pivotal age for like figuring out not only who you are as an artist, but as like a human. Like, I was still figuring out, like who I was and stuff like that. So in my process of not really knowing who I was, and then everyone else telling me who I should be, I kind of lost direction. So lost track of it, and it was very hard pressure. We trying to figure out like, who do I want to be, and like how can I live up to his name. And then as I grew more comfortable with myself as a human and as an artist,
I'm like loving this.
Yeah, like as I grew more comfortable as a pantomime for waves, I definitely like I got to the point where I was like, I'm not so much trying to live up to his legacy, but create my own. Because I came to the realization that he definitely immortalized himself. There's nothing more that I could add. Like, he is the man, and he did that with his own hands. And I don't want to ride off that coattail. Like, I want to become that and do it myself. So now I feel more of a pressure to make sure that I'm him. You know what I'm saying? But not to live up to him, but to live up to my own expectations. And that's cool. But most of the time, I feel weightless. No pressure. No pressure.
Yeah. And I know that this was probably your most confident piece of work, Delorean.
It's the only one I like.
The only one that you like.
Yeah, I cringe listening to my other shit.
Really?
Yeah, big time.
I mean, I cringe listening to my old shit too, so I feel you.
Facts.
I cringe listening to shit I did yesterday because I'm just like my biggest critic. Like, I'm never satisfied. But talk about your involvement in this project, because you were like on the production side,
in there.
Like everywhere.
Yeah, we like this one, I really wanted it to be like the one that I kind of threw away all my inhibitions. It was like, you know what, Chris, like, because what happened was people kept walking up to me and being like, yo, like, having a conversation with me, like, yo, you're so cool, you're nothing like how I thought you would be from your music. And I was like, like, I hated that. Yeah, because I was like, damn, like, I always wanted like music to reflect who I was, and so I was like, you know what, like, I gotta really find my voice. And in this one, I was like, yo, I gotta throw away all my inhibitions, like, stop caring about what I think everybody wants me to sound like, and just make music that I love, that my friends love, that stuff like that. So in that sense, like, I was really involved. I wasn't compromising. I wasn't like taking in too many opinions. And like the production wise, like, I wasn't settling for beats just because it was a big name or because people thought, like, no, like, I was only picking things that I loved. I was sitting down with producers, making stuff with them, like taking out sounds, and like really being fully invested and involved. Not only with the writing part, but obviously, like, I write myself. I wrote a lot of the hooks that I'm not even on, like stuff like that, getting singers involved, but also like in the mixing process, like, okay, take this sound, now let's do this, make this sound more like that. And then also like the packaging, like came up with the design, got an artist to paint it, like all this stuff. So like we really wasn't trying to cut any corners. I wanted this to be like the time,
one.
Yeah, the time like I'm like this is the new leaf. Like this is me being me, and this is y'all can either accept this or not, but this is me. And it's like I wouldn't say it's like the pinnacle, but it's definitely the start of something, and it feels great.
Yeah. And I saw in another interview that you were talking about how in this project you decided to not be so bars, but more like diverse, you know, and create a balance between what the youth likes
right,
and what you like.
Facts, because it's like I proved 1,000 times that I could really, really rap. Like I proved that. Now I think like people haven't seen was like real music. Like how can I prove that I can make music? And also it's like if you these kids, like how can I be effective? I always tell people like you can either be respected or effective, or you could do both. You got someone like Lupe Fiasco, he's very respected, you know what I'm saying, but he probably doesn't get the notoriety that he deserves, you know what I'm saying. Then you got someone like Lil Yachty who people don't respect, but he's very effective. You get a huge fan base, you know what I'm saying. But then you got people like Kendrick who do both, you know what I'm saying. And that's the ideal thing. So like I was like, but if kids only speak a certain language, like if you spoke Chinese, no matter how dope I was speaking in English, no matter I was spitting poems from Edgar Allan, you know what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna understand. So I gotta speak in language. These kids speak a certain language, and it's this and it's So like, so I wanted to create music that if you, because most people don't listen, right? So if you don't listen to it, if you just riding or you smoking or whatever you're doing, the beat, it catches you. The hook is catchy, it catches you. The flows, you're in it. It's a vibe and a feel. But for the people who actually listen, there's actual lyrical content, substance, bars in it. So it was more the whole packaging of the thing, you know?
Yeah, and that's one thing that I love to point out about music, because I feel like there is two types of music. Is music that you listen to, and there's music that you hear. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go to a club for bars. You know what I'm saying? You want to go
at my high school prom. They were playing 8 Mile. I was like, they were playing Lose Yourself, and I was like, don't get me wrong, I love Eminem and I love this song, but this is not prom music. Like, oh my god, and that's what it is. Yeah, there's vibe music. But if you could have music like, I think Kendrick did it crazy with Pull Up, Drink, Headshot. Now that's a song that's about the abuse of alcohol and the horrors of alcohol, but he made it packaged in a way that everyone was turning up to it, drinking, like, you know what I'm saying? So like, it's like effective and respected, like
absolutely. And you're so involved everywhere, like outside of Delorean. You're working with OCD,
big time. Shout out to Osmond Benjamin, Denzel Porter, big
shout
time.
out
Team
to
Backpack as well.
Shout out to all the teams that
teams,
you're on.
Many teams. Yeah, definitely. I like to spread myself super thin so I could like cover as much area as I can. Yeah.
Really? How difficult does that get? Because I feel like I go crazy trying to involve myself in more than one thing. Like I have to keep focus on one thing, because I feel like if I don't, I'm not going to be able to give 100% to everything that I'm involving myself in, and you eventually like lose control.
Oh, I'm definitely semi-masochistic with it. Like it does get difficult and like stressful, but like it gets to the point where I'm just like, I believe every like obstacle is something to overcome, not crumbling. So like even if it's like I'm like, you know what, this is I'm 23 right now. I plan to be everything, like a bulk of like I want to be able by 35 to be like, if I wanted to not do anything for the rest of my life, I have all the money, success that I can. So I need to bust my ass for the next 12 years essentially. So I'm taking as much as I can, opportunities, everything coming in, and at the end of the day, it's like what like excuses are excuses. Like I could physically do this. Just because it's difficult doesn't mean that I can't do this. So gotta push yourself, you know. And eventually it gets easier. It gets easier, you know. But yeah, I'm not
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not afraid to be uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? I'm not afraid to, you know, I've seen this and you know, I'm ready for growth and the discomfort that comes with it. Because with growth comes discomfort. So you gotta be ready for both.
Right. You know, and I feel like a lot of people are uncomfortable with being uncomfortable for
facts. Yeah.
And for that fact and that fact only, they don't excel.
Yeah.
You know, like you got to know that in your career, it's never going to be easy, and you're going to be thrown a lot of like adversities.
Facts.
You know, and if you're not strong enough, you just ain't going to make it.
And there's that thing too, I try to tell people, it's like, if you're trying to be good, it's not that hard to be good. But if you're trying to be great, like really, really great, and I'm trying to be really, really great, it's gonna be difficult because you're fighting to the top of a totem pole. You know what I'm saying? Like, and there's other people who really, really want this. You know what I'm saying? That like live and breathe
skip
this.
your ass.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like you're fighting with the regular people. Don't get me wrong. Now I don't mean anything bad about regular, but like people who want to be good, but the other people want to be great. You're fighting champions, and if you're gonna be a champion, then you got to be ready to run until you die. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's one of those things.
Yeah, and what's crazy is that as hip hop is a competitive genre, right? Oh, Jesus Christ!
Sounded like
Thank God that wasn't open, right?
Yeah.
I got so nervous just now. Woo.
Reflexes on point.
Right.
Reflexes on point.
But it's funny to me how like your friends in the industry become your frenemy at one point when they start to see you really doing good. And it's like, how do you handle the switch up in people when they see you start to level up? I feel like a lot of people start to change.
I've experienced the opposite. Like the people that I consider my friends, like they're the ones like no matter what like happens, like it's one of those things. Like even if I'm getting more success this time, blah blah, they're rooting for me. Like those are my close circle. I haven't gotten the point where someone stopped messing with me with more success, but I have gotten people that like wasn't messing with me, and then they see me moving, and they're like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like they gave me half daps, like soft, real soft, not even eye contact, like clap my hand daps. The next time you want to hug me, I'm like, so you've been watching, yeah, you know what I'm saying, like, yeah, and with that, like, I take everything in strides. Like, I never react negatively, especially to negativity. You know what I'm saying? So like, if someone starts hating, it's like it's all cool, man. Like, you got some issues you need to work out internally. Go ahead and do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And if you start showing me love before, like, I'm not inviting you into my inner circle. You know what I'm saying? But I will realize that what I could utilize from you and your connections and who you are, and then I will maximize on that and keep pushing. Like it's a business at the end of the day. You know?
Absolutely.
You got to use tactics.
Absolutely.
Facts.
Damn, this conversation is getting good, but I
gems.
want to get into a little music break.
Oh, yeah.
I got to take you to the throwback of the week, and this throwback is inspired by my boy Lil C's. He just had a birthday. Happy birthday, Lil C's.
Yeah.
Love you.
Birthday.
Big up Brooklyn. Sorry, Bronx, but
all right, we're on
you're
Earth.
in our territory now.
We're on Earth. You're in my
Look
territory.
at me. I'm the captain now. So we're going to keep it in Brooklyn right here. I have Chris Rivers in the building. We'll be back on the Ivy Rivera Show. We're back on the Ivy Rivera Show. You are here listening to me, Young Body.
We're doing it.
Ivy up in the building.
Yeah.
We got Jaded East.
I'm dead.
Jaded Peter Smith.
Inspired.
I'm going to just start going down like your whole list
My
of
name.
names.
I went from no name to
like all types of names.
To all the names.
Yes. And we got Chris Rivers in the building.
Yes.
Nice.
We gotta get you a name.
Okay.
Oh, so wait.
Yeah.
Before I forgot to talk about the part where when we met,
That part.
we had nothing but jokes to spill
Facts.
on each other.
Facts.
From him telling me that I smelled like a damn coconut, which is not a joke, but a compliment. But like seriously, he's like, I get a whiff of coconut and I just know Ivy's approaching.
It was potent. It was potent. It was potent. 'Cause, like, it was like. It drilled into my cerebral so much that like if I'm around coconuts now, I'm like, she creeping? Like it's
Is that you?
Yeah, facts. No. It was fun though. She said
Listen, I'd rather be a potent coconut
facts.
than
No. This is good. This is good. Good. No, don't worry. This is good. Yeah.
But it was so funny because he gave me like the open door to like tease him, right? He's like, oh, I know what you're gonna say, and then he like points to like, I guess the joke that everybody likes to
it's like
talk about.
My teeth, and it's like, yeah, like you gotta have good. I say like I'm easy to make fun of, but like, yeah, I know, because I've heard so many jokes now. Like my caliber of acceptance of jokes is like, no, that joke does not suffice. Please come back. Like, yeah,
right.
like because and again, shout out to Denzel Porter and Osmond Benjamin, because you could go on Team Backpack. We have a cipher. We have two of them. The second one, and we're cracking on each other the whole time.
Yeah,
and that's some of the best Gap jokes I've ever experienced. And I've heard thousands. I've heard especially when World Star
was
the
worst Gap joke.
The worst, the
worst best,
like
the best worst.
I would say some of the ones. I would say some of the ones Osmond Benjamin rapped in that one. I would say outside of that rap one, I used to read World Star comments, which I mean, if you're an upcoming rapper, if you're affected by like emotions, don't read World Star comments.
Right.
But like, you know, thankfully I'm like, it was cool. But yeah, I read one of them was like, yo, I don't know whether to what did he say? He said, I don't know whether to clap or kick a field goal. And I started dying, son. I thought that was so funny. Someone was like, I bet if he runs while smiling, his face whistles. I thought that was hilarious. These are some good ones.
Oh my God.
Most of them are bad. But I would say that the best ones are definitely, go check out that Team Backpack Cypher. That was hilarious. I felt so
People are
pressured.
cool.
Yeah, I felt so pressured.
Oh, my mind couldn't even come up with a
Yeah,
joke.
no,
that
God.
good.
but that's what I'm saying. Like I've heard, like I and me and my friends, like we really like. Not only are we like pranksters and jokesters, but we're like poetically inclined. So our jokes are like intricate
Yeah.
and designed. Like they're like
I
like so
know.
they're nice. So it's you know. I send her like chapters of jokes. Like
Yo.
like we have battles. You've impressed me like twice though. Like good job. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I'm pretty witty.
Yeah. Pretty witty. That's a bar. Yeah. Nice.
Thanks, I be trying.
I'm coming soon. You know what I'm saying?
Feature coming soon.
Yeah.
Yo, oh my gosh. So, one of my good friends is one of your good friends.
Okay.
Static Selector.
Facts. Yeah.
Shout out to him.
Big
And
shouts to Static, man.
Yes,
And
and-
his daughter. For real.
Word, yo.
Yeah.
She's a G.
Named the
Love her.
studio after her and everything. Yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
So, tell me about what you're working on with him.
Right, we're working on an album right now. It's we definitely he tours a lot, and I was finishing up some stuff, so it was put on hold for a little bit, but we're gonna get back in the lab once he's done touring, and we wrapping that up, and it's definitely super dope. He showed mad love, been on his show, like he's fun to work with, you know what I'm saying? Like he's very like, you go to his lab and expect to go in, like it's one of those things,
Right.
and to see him work too, like his skill with like, I've seen him chop a sample and like quicker than I could chop lettuce. Like he's ill with it. So
Yeah.
that was super dope. And
Not
shout
chop
out to Terminology. That's the homie.
Yeah.
Term was messing with me from way back. Like you know what I'm saying. My father's one of his biggest inspirations. So like he's showed love like since way back, and he's been in Static's ear about me for years. And eventually in the beginning, Static didn't really like know about me, blah blah. But then after a while, Static was like, yo, like I'm checking him out, blah blah. So like I thank Term for that connection as well. Me and Static got a good relationship, and man, those are like legitimately the homies. Like
Shout out to the boy Term. He spoke nothing but great things about you, and I see him all the time as well.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
No, but those are like the homies. Like when we link up, like they show the homies that it's not even formal. Like when we link up, like what's good, like this regular. You know what I'm saying? It's dope. It's dope. Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to get into who you would like to collab with. I know Davies just came out with an album.
Facts.
And I know
shout out to Davies, man. For real.
You're intrigued by his artistry.
Oh yeah, no, Davies, and he's the bro. Like
I'm so compelled to do
I
this.
knew him from a minute ago. Oh yeah, okay. You know what it is? I speak loudly, so
it's been working.
Okay,
but
cool. Davies, that's the homie. I think he's he's lyrically dope, and he has such like he has that essence, you know what I'm saying, that people, and from the style and just him, like he's the type too, like no matter how big he gets, if he sees you, he's saying what's up. Like he's a real good dude. So he's one of the people I would definitely love to work with. Also like the people that inspire me to keep kicking, like the Kendricks and the Coles and like these cats, Chance the Rapper. I think he's super dope. Joey Badass, of course. Actually, like all these people that's really making those moves. But I'm one of those people though. Like I want to work with everyone, like literally everyone, because it's like I want to take everyone's fans. And I want to show that I could be in their world too. Like some people that you don't like, you probably don't expect me to get on a song with Yachty or Lil Uzi, but like I will get on a track with them and murder it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and not just murder it, like how I'll go into their world, take their style, murder it, and hopefully also acquire a large amount of fans.
So basically, you want to go on people's songs just to let them know that you're better.
Not just that. It's one of those things like
not just that.
Yeah, but like, and that's a small part of it. I think like Bruce Lee is one of the greatest fighters of all time, right? Why? Not because he mastered Wing Chun or because he mastered specific fighting styles, because he combined every fighting. He showed that he could do everything. And I think that that's the thing. Like, I don't want to be a one-trick pony. I don't want to be a two-trick pony. I want to have all the tricks, and I don't want to be a pony. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's one of those things. It's like I want to show that I could go on a song with not only any hip hop artist, but I want to transcend genres. I want to go into rock. I want to go into classical music.
Like a rapping rainbow.
Yeah, exactly. The full spectrum. And we only see 1% of the visual spectrum. So I want to be in the infrared. I want to be in the ultraviolet. I want to be everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is. So like I'm always willing to jump on a track unless like you're really, 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 really gut-wrenchingly terrible that like I can't make a good song with you. Then no. But other than if we can make a good song, and yeah, I'm with it. Yeah.
Okay, that's good that you have an open mind at least.
Oh no, like I said, man, like I want to, just why not? As long as I kill it, it's cool. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
But you know, you gotta live up to a reputation. You can't just be giving out features.
Oh no, I'm not just giving them out. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. Like this applies to people that's already like popping. Like because I've had like so
that goes for all the non-popping people.
No,
not
but even
hit them up.
No, it's a business definitely. Like because I've done features like gratis on the arm, like when you really messing with the person and it makes sense, stuff like that. But like this is my livelihood. I invest all my money and time into this too. Like so, like if business is business too. That you get paid features and you get stuff you do on the arm and different stuff. But yeah, it's one of those things. Like I've had a few, and I won't say any names obviously, but I've had a few people hit me up and let's throw out a random number, right? Let's say, and this is because it's unprofessional to say, but let's say I get 1,000 for a feature, right? Let's say that, right? I've had people that were so terrible that I was like, I did not want to tell them no, but I was like 10,000. I was like, because I know they can't afford that, and I'm just like, and if they could afford it, that is the minimum that I would do a song with you for, because it was so. Like I after this interview's done,
I would love to hear it.
I'll show you. I'm not gonna put anybody on blast on the air, but I will show you, and you will die.
Okay,
internally.
Is it somebody that I may know?
I doubt it.
Okay.
But I think that it was hilarious that this person. I was like, yo, send me some of your stuff so I can check. And I thought it was hilarious that this person sent me this. I was like, it was to the point that it was like, is this a joke? You know what I'm saying? Like it was like Ice JJ Fish level terribleness, like. You know what I'm saying? But it was like hilarious. But
Ice JJ Fish had his time.
No, definitely. But you know, and I don't knock it. I really don't knock it. But yeah, it's one of those things. But I'll definitely show you afterward. It's gonna be hilarious.
Yikes! Yeah. Oh my gosh. So I don't mean to take it to this place, but I want to take it to this place because I feel like a lot of people fray away from like touchy subjects. Yeah. And
let's get touchy.
Let's God, let's get touchy. But and I said it mad perverted, like let's get touchy.
You made it weird.
No, you made it weird first, okay?
I don't know.
I just made it weirder. But you released a freestyle,
right?
10 Toes Down.
Oh, wow! You really do your research. This is cool. Yeah.
Come on.
We here.
We out here.
Yeah.
And you brought up a lot of things that were like, whoa.
Yeah, facts, B.
Yeah.
Dead ass facts, B.
Ass facts, B.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
And shout out to the shameless plug.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
That's track number.
I don't even know, but that's
track number something in his album.
Yeah, that's a fact. Go listen to that. Listen to the whole album. Let it happen to you.
Yes.
Let it happen to you. Yeah, but definitely the 10 Toes challenge. A lot of people were doing that challenge and they were talking about like exes and like different stuff like that. But with the suicide of Chester Bennington from Linkin Park, I felt like this is something that, because I've experienced, I battled with depression through a lot of my life, and even daily, because it never really leaves and stuff like that. But you learn methods and stuff like that. But I had some pretty dark times in my past where I tried to commit suicide, and I spoke about it in depth. Like in there, I had like 3 major suicide attempts, and I spoke about all of them like inside. So people could definitely check that out. The full clip is on YouTube. But yeah, I thought it was super important because I've overcame that. You know what I'm saying? And I got to a place where I could mentally choose happiness, and it's not a choice that you make daily. It's a choice that you make every moment of every day. You know what I'm saying? But it's always worth it. Like, and I think people they think that if you're not hurting, like like if your arm's not broken or if you're not physically harmed, then you're not allowed to express that you're in pain. But a lot of people go through mental problems, you know what I'm saying, that mental things, and you shouldn't feel belittled or weak because of it, but you should reach out and try to get help, whether it be from a friend or a loved one or someone that can understand, you know what I'm saying, before you try to take your life. Like I said, reach out to another life, and hopefully it come, and at the end of, like I respond to so many messages of people that tell me their life stories, and I'll sit down there for hours, like responding, like long conversations, because this sort of thing. I remember feeling completely alone during that time. The girl I was dating at the time used to be like, yo, like, I'm tired of hearing about your shit, like, keep it to yourself. And I was like, bet. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like I know the perpetual loneliness that comes with having those feelings and not having anyone to relate to or understand it. So like I always try to give people the time of day with that, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully there's people in their lives that do that. But it's a super important subject, and people try to glaze over it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like this hyper masculinity that kind of goes with it. You're not allowed to be depressed, and it's like, yo, it happens, especially in today's society where everything's superficial and fragile. Like, you're gonna experience it, and it's important to know you got help.
And I also feel like, you know, with social media being such a thing, and social media portraying an image of what beauty is and what having money is, and all of it, it's gonna, you know, provide a certain level of insecurity within certain people.
Society and another shameless plug, Brightness, the last record on the thing. I talk about a lot of this stuff, but like society itself, like it teaches you how to hate yourself, how to not love yourself, how to think you're obsolete, and how to make you insecure and feel less than, like, at every step of the way. So you may not realize it like externally or like consciously, but subconsciously you're gonna feel like you don't have a value. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it happens, you know, so especially with melanated people, especially with females. Females get the short end of the stick as far as the genders go, and it's sucks, you know what I'm saying? But like you gotta be aware, and you gotta know your own worth and keep pushing. Like, it's important.
So I want to know, like, I mean, I know there's no specific, you know, strategy or potion, but what were the steps to climb out of this dark space?
Can I tell you a short story?
Sure.
Right. So I was in a real bad place. I was living in a shelter at the time. I was homeless. Obviously, the shelter implies. So I was wearing the same shit every day. I was super broke. I was like, everything in life was going shitty. The girl I was with at the time, same chick, like left me or she, whatever. I forgot what it was. No, she's really cool. Shout out to her.
Okay,
like,
she's
an amazing. She's an amazing person. She's an amazing
shout
person.
to you. You're amazing now.
We was young. People don't want to deal with that shit.
I'm mad at you on his behalf.
Facts. But so it was just rough. I was feeling like I was out of shape. I was fat. I was depressed. All this stuff. So like I was living in shelter again. So I'm feeling very low. I'm feeling as low as I ever felt in my life. Then my boy, shout out to Abraham, AB, he was like, "Yo, come to the pool." And I was like, I don't really want to go to the pool. I'm fat as hell. He's like, "Nah, just come to the pool, like have fun." I'm like, "I bet." So we go to the pool, and then at some point they're on the other side of the pool, and I get out on one side. I'm like, let me walk over to them. As I'm walking over to them, there was a group of about 5 relatively good-looking females, and as soon as they saw me, they all started dying laughing and pointing at me, like sneered, like all this stuff. Now, mind you, I'm already feeling as worthless and low as I can, and then that happened. You know what I'm saying? So like that really got me to a place of like rock bottom. You know what I'm saying? And when I hit the rock bottom, I realized that like, yo, like you gotta have to catch yourself. Like when you're spiraling, you do have to catch yourself. Only you can lift yourself up. But I had a moment of clarity where I realized I was like, I do not want to feel this way. And I realized that, and then I had days in the shelter where I was super depressed, and I had days where I wasn't. And I realized that my life was exactly the same both days. It's just one day I was and I wasn't. So if my external world didn't change, yet my internal world changed, that means that my mood is not dictated, in fact, by the external world, that I could choose internally to be happy or not. So upon these realizations, I was like, you know what? I need to do everything that I can to make sure that I could choose happiness. So after that, I started reading a lot. I started working out a lot. I did a lot of affirmations, positive affirmations, looking yourself in the mirror or just talking to yourself, telling yourself things, because your subconscious mind does not dictate reality from illusion. It does not know the difference. So if you tell yourself you're worthless, you're gonna believe that. But if you tell yourself you're priceless, you're also gonna believe that. You got to build these habits. So it took a long time, but I've reinforced it in my mind over and over again. I read a lot of self-help books, different books about forgiveness, forgive yourself, forgive the world, and I gradually climbed out of that hole. And every opportunity that I can, like I'm overly optimistic. Like sometimes it bothers people when but I'm very optimistic, and I do that because I try to radiate what I want to feel, and eventually I will feel that. People ask me how my day was. It was awesome. What'd you do today? Just hung out, but it was awesome because I feel it when I say it, and it's very important. So I encourage people, like, speak about yourself in an amazing way. Envision the person you want to be in every single way, and then try to be that person. Because the one thing that's separating you from the person you want to be is your decisions and your choices. That's it. That's the one thing. So I realized that, and you know, I keep preaching it. And you try to surround yourself with, and then once you get to a place where you're more powerful, just gradually cut out the things that make you slip. You know what I'm saying? Like, gradually cut out the people or the objects or whatever it is that makes you feel.
Passing around the offerings.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, because there's gonna be things in your life that do bring you to that place. You know what I'm saying? And you want to take those out. You want to surround yourself with things that you love and you enjoy, and, you know, put yourself in a good place. But yeah, man, I would say that definitely helped. Reading and affirmations and constant reinforcement into acknowledging my self-worth and realize those subtle and awareness. You know what I'm saying? The government is out to make you feel like crap. Like, these people, like, know that, so you're not falling into the trap of the social standards of what they expect you to be. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's a fact.
That's a fact. Like my smile. Like, I don't think anything's wrong with it. I think it's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it's never.
I don't mind it.
It's never held me back. I never not got the girl I wanted. I never threw people off when I smiled. I never. You know what I'm saying? Well, a little bit, but you know what I'm saying? I don't mind it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's one of those things, and it's like, and I think it's so great for me as a person that have been through all these things and had these trials and tribulations to have a smile like mine, to eventually become someone who is amazing and who is very successful, to show that you don't need to conform to society standards in order to be the greatest version of yourself. Like,
yes.
And I try to preach that. But yeah, that's you know, so I hit rock bottom and I climbed out and I was awesome. So.
That is such an amazing story.
Thank you.
It
Appreciate
gave me chills.
Inspiring.
Goose pimpers. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. But I want to
you.
brighten the mood. I want to get into a music break. I got the top 5. We actually have a song from your album.
Facts. Oh, it's
Delorean.
in the top 5?
Yes, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. You gotta.
Facts. Yeah, this is good.
We out here. We're gonna get into this music break. We got some new ASAP Ferg. We got some new Ace Hood. Ace Hood is back.
Yep.
That's a thing.
It's
happening. It's happening.
a whoa.
Yeah,
But
it's happening.
you know,
that's fire.
Yeah, Dave East. We got some Chris Rivers, Kodak Black. You know, all of that right here on the
Kodak
Ivy Rivera
or
Show.
Bodak?
Bodak.
Okay.
Kodak.
Both. Got you.
Fodak.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I didn't know if it was the cardio or the actual one. Yeah.
We out here. We're back on the Ivy Rivera Show, but we're actually leaving.
So
It's
goodbye.
been real.
Yeah.
You know, I'm so thrilled that you came
Same.
and took time out for little old me.
Oh yeah, you know what it is.
You know,
what it
I
is.
think your story is worth the share.
Wow, you're making me feel great about myself. And I appreciate
That's
that.
the goal.
Yeah, thank
that's
you.
I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
butter you up,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
to
yeah.
just let you down.
Yeah.
Like just start ignoring your texts from this point on.
Yo, that'd be well. We have one more. We have one more interview together.
yeah, we do.
And then after that, you
We
can curve
do.
me. Yeah,
Yeah.
after that, it's cool. Yeah. Copy. That'd be great.
Yo, I'm done. I'm so
Shima,
so
you're not
done.
allowed back in Brooklyn after that interview.
No, I know you're gonna come back to Brooklyn.
Facts.
Yeah, we
not
we
sure.
have a rivalry,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But the only thing that puts me at ease with him living in the Bronx is the mural
Yeah.
of Biggie on top of the Matrix
Yeah,
studio.
we painted that. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I know. You told me.
Yeah, we painted
And
that.
I was like,
Yeah,
Good
thank you.
job.
Yeah, we had to. We had
You
to.
know.
Yeah.
You know what's up.
A lot of big. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Triple OG.
about to press
Yeah.
Brooklyn
Yeah.
in the house.
Yeah. Facts. I try not to get gangster back. I'm gonna lose the gangster battle against you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I could see you being gangster ever.
Nah, I'm.
It's in you?
No. I don't. I really know how to fight. So I don't. I skip the words. Like I'll be like, listen. Like I hear you, bro. I can tell you're really angry. If you want to fight, let's fight. If you don't, then just stop. Because
Cool.
all this yelling is like.
I wasn't ready for the.
I really know how to fight. Like,
no, I do.
Like I will guarantee.
Yeah, so and it is. I'm not good at like. I don't feel angry a lot. So like, you're not gonna get me to the point where I'm like barking at you. But I'm like, if you really feel this way, then if you want to fight, we can fight. But I if you don't, that's cool too. Like
that's awesome. I wish I had that power
yeah.
because
I just train. I mean, I like it. So yeah, just train. Just do it. You can do it
yeah,
too.
I'll do it.
You can do it.
I can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started like meditating and stuff, so it has calmed me down in
Yeah.
the sense where I think before I speak now.
Yeah.
Because usually I'll go.
You was like the stereotypical short Spanish woman. Yeah. Yeah, no, I
That's
hear that.
totally me, and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like with the way that my career is set up and the way
you
that
have to
I
be
want
tactful.
to,
Yeah.
I don't want to have that type of reputation.
I'm not a bridge burner
Yeah.
at all. Yeah, for real.
Exactly.
For real. Yeah.
But yeah, it's been real. we kind of went over our time because we just had so much to talk about, you know, and I'm not mad at this overlap of the hour. Shout out to my people over in DC looking at the clock like, hello. But you know where you can catch me every Thursday right here on ripsradionetwork.com, 7 o'clock on the dot with me, your girl Jaded East, aka Jaded Pinkett Smith, aka Jade.
Yes. 24jaded.com. Check out my write-up on Dave East. Paranoia. You knew it was coming. I did the breakdown and everything, so check that out.
Yes.
Nice.
She definitely put great detail to this album. So if you haven't heard it yet,
not too great, you know.
No, you gotta speak of yourself. You remember? You gotta.
It's like 50 Shades of East. Got
Yes.
you.
See, he knows.
Got you.
He knows.
She got the posters with the candles in her room. Like,
Oh no.
you know, like you remember Hey Arnold with the closet.
Of course.
No.
Of course.
That was bad.
Yeah.
That was bad.
You got a whole closet
Helga.
of East.
Yeah,
Yes,
she had
you are Helga'd out, girl.
Yeah. She was official. She's a ride or die.
Jelga. That's it.
She was a ride
Oh
or die,
no,
OD.
I'm not gonna let this happen. No, we're dropping that one. That's not happening. No.
I'm weak. It's been real, guys. You can follow me everywhere at the Ivy Rivera and let them know.
Oh,
Chris
yeah,
Rivers, where
definitely.
they could
Follow me.
you.
Dragons and Rivers is the Instagram. Follow me there. That's the main one I'm on, but only Chris Rivers is Twitter. ChrisRiversMusic.com is the website. The MGMT at ChrisRiversMusic.com is where you can hit me up. And I won't ignore you because we answer all those messages there for any inquiries, radio stuff. And again, get that Delorean. It is out now. Type in Chris Rivers and Delorean. It's on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon, everywhere. It's probably on your phone already, but go listen to that, please.
Yes, and it's great. It is so good.
Oh wow, thank you.
Yeah, it's really
great and
good. I'm
so
impressed.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm impressed.
Thank you. That means a lot.
You have a great balance between delivery and fun.
It's all about balance. It's
Right.
all about the balance.
Balance.
Yeah.
The balance.
Yeah, the balance. Viva la balance.
All right, we out of here.
We
We're
out.
spending too much time.
Peace.
Jesus Christ, it's been real. Bye.